Ahoy everyone, all of you salty swashbucklers and cloud corsairs. This is an airbag development video hosted by me, Rockefeller Jones. Glad to have you all aboard as I take you through our alpha stage. I'm going to show you where we're at. One of the big reasons I'm doing this is it's something that we want to do. It's something that I want to keep you abreast of how we're developing. I get asked questions, how's the game going? I never want you guys to feel like we've ghosted you. It hurts in relationships as well as with game developers, something everybody should know. But the second reason is there was the big hack, and now all of the game developers are now posting all their dirty laundry out there of all the stuff they go through, how games do not look great until they get onto your machine. And they're just showing you, hey, you know what? If you're seeing something early and you don't like it, it's going to change. It's going to change. I mean, there will be little in this that won't change by the time we get to a published state. More on that later. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here. Here we are connecting. If you notice, we are playing in a 16:9 format. This is technically 16:10. One of the big changes that we will be having is we will be changing to a PC primary with mobile secondary. Previously, we had been planning for the mobile to be the primary with the PC being secondary. But given some market data research, some helpful insights from people who knew better, and a general lack of our understanding of how to make a mobile game as excellent as we can make a PC game, without just messing with graphics and other things, we decided that this is going to be a better course of action. Not only that, it'll give us a lot more real estate to work with. So if you see funny things like gigantic spelling on the bottom down here, or just some weird graphical looks. Oh god! Okay, I'm back. If you see some weird graphical things, it's usually going to be caused by that. We are currently using pretty stock pirates. They don't even have a walk animation attached to them anymore because of problems. I will be replacing all of these. You can see our beginning of our port town. This is going to go under massive overhauls. It was only made as a alpha thing. I can't even step upstairs right now. There we go. Doing jumping jacks. Gonna get those quads in. It's leg day. Future plans include a whole bunch of absolute slew of area that you will be able to explore and entertain yourself with. The primary island will be our starter island. Everybody will be there. It's going to be the same for everyone. Later on, when we add in more islands and allow you to build your own, to set it up, to govern it, you'll be able to make a lot more additions. Unlike in a normal pirate island, however, we are floating in air, and that means there's going to be an underside. There'll be stairs that you can climb down, have kind of an area under the rock. There will be a veritable coral reefs that grow under these islands as well, because that's where the water drips, that's where a lot of plants and creatures will be. So there will be kind of a dark jungle feel on the underside, kind of a tropical to temperate on the top. They're going to have a lot of personality, each one. And even though I am still proud of my first tavern I've ever made with a ship kind of in it, that one's going to have a massive overhaul as well. We'll be having a lot of decorations and a lot of fun with the design of all of these islands, as well as the buildings that go in them. I've been stealing inspiration from a lot of other games, but none have quite come with what I want, so it's kind of hard to quote you. One idea that we are going to be really expanding upon is windpunk. It's not steampunk, it's windpunk, because it fits into our narrative much better. There's no coal, there's no gasoline, the world's exploded, you can't get that stuff. So to make something that would work efficiently like that would be very, very difficult. But the one thing that is always going is the wind up here. So you're going to see a lot of windmill and windmill-esque items. There'll be propellers, there'll be those cylindrical ones. I have pictures galore, so many pictures. that you'll be able to see, activate, and move. All the islands are going to have a good amount of motion to them from the wind. Yeah, I know the palm trees are a little static right now, but that's just because they're mostly there for decoration. Those will indeed go into the buildings and allow motion within the buildings, as well as provide a little bit of electrical power. So there will be some electricity in these places. You can have small lights, you can have radios, which will be an important distinction in our game. That radio era is now around. You're able to communicate with each other via radios instead of having some nebulous magical thing that lets you text people everywhere. Here we have a tavern. As you can actually hear now, or should be able to hear unless I've done something horrible to this recording, there is a lot of noise in here. We've actually been able to add in audio sources for a lot of things. They should have had some outside, but they are not working currently. We've added in some better lighting effects, and of course, sticking with our driven idea of wind punk, you have these propelled by a straight direct drive system. Yes, you could, hypothetically, with electricity being available, do it with those, but that means you're converting it from one, converting it into another, and let's just say it's easier to not. Also, it's way cooler. Like, at least a solid 40% cooler to do it like this. The taverns are going to be central to every island and every pirate's life. Each one of them is going to look unique, have their own set of decorations, their own feel to them. There will be something of repetition in the beginning, as we'll only be able to come up with as many as I can pull out of my butt. Everyone will have some key features, like the gaming tables. Every pirate's got to be able to let off a little steam that doesn't involve, let's just say, murdering other pirates, or anyone else for that matter. Each one of them is going to actually have a bar. There's no two ends about it. Pirates are going to be drinking. You would too if you had to live in this world. By the way, there's a little secret. I got a little cat I'm putting together to put at the end. He's gonna have a cute little pirate hat. I do like my narrative designs for all sorts of pirate stuff. So of course, instead of just regular hooks, you can have a good little pirate hook over here. A little pirate wheel in the back inside there. Some of these seats are actually going to be cannons that you can sit on, and maybe if you order a special drink, the cannon will fire and shock everyone in the room. In addition to that, these will also have private areas, so you can go and run over an area like this. You'll get an option to create a private room where you and your people can go up and do as you please. Have more private conversations, see each other, join each other. So if you're down here and you don't see your friends, it can be as simple as, oh, we need to go up and have a private room together. And that will function even if you're not in a party together, even not in a crew together. That is just whoever is there and knows the entry and has the password or whatever can go in. Over here is going to be one of the many, what I'm going to be calling kind of arcade games. This will be a station where you can come up and fire the cannons at moving targets, sort of like a Duck Hunt-esque sort of thing, where you can go and score points and maybe get small prizes, get a badge, get some reputation going, just to blow off a little steam in between games, in between pillaging out there and taking care of business out on the high seas. In addition, there will be options to have, let's say, fighting barrels. Well, you'll be able to come on over and do things like sword fight. I'd show you that here, but I got other places to show you that. And of course, as always, best place to find a job, look on the job board. Go in here, and this is just a temporary mock-up. We have none of the information that we want on here. One of the things that I want to include is the reputation. Who's the captain, how their reputation or rank is, as well as a lot of other information like how much they may be paying extra if they're going to be putting that on their board. Once they put it up, it stays. They cannot back out of it. They will have to be careful of that, but that's their problem, not yours. You're here for the money, not their honesty. One of the things we're going to be having is an intro you can do for your character. These will be unlocked via achievement, maybe a few you can buy with money, especially if there's a individual who needs to benefit from said money. If you want to do a TikTok challenge, I'm going to charge you for it. Anyways, your character will walk in wearing their finest duds, and they must be their finest duds. have a status or a reputation of a certain set and wants it to be shown. You can turn it on or off, as well as anybody else can turn it on and off, but the default will be on. You will be able to walk in and they get to see a quick intro of your cool character joining the tavern. Now, here's the catch. The next person that walks in has to have a higher reputation than you for theirs to trigger to everybody else in there. Sort of a little one-upsmanship. And especially for you ultimate grandmaster sort of folk, this will be for you. You walk into a tavern, everybody's going to know your name. And this will reflect this in the game as well as how we play. Here we are on the ship. Right now we just have the one that players can be on, and apparently the one that is just going to be jerking around. It's firing indiscriminately, and unfortunately our sound is not kicking on that one. It should be booming a lot. Actually should be only firing every 20 to 30 seconds, but c'est la vie. This will be a pretty standard ship of the line. One of the smaller ones that you would be on. It has, of course, the upper deck with cannons. Cannon positions will be manned and we'll have an option for you to press a button to be like, oh, ship's available positions. You click the button, it starts the game, you will be teleported there. It will make everything a lot smoother and a lot easier to operate, as well as save you from having to wander around on a ship forever to see if you can find the one station on a giant merchant brig that is open at that moment. Everyone swears it is, nobody knows where it is. Stations will be clearly marked, and you will walk up to them and simply press the button. Oh good, he's leaving us alone. Annoying little thing that one is. Most ships will have multiple decks as well. If you go down to the lower decks, you can see things like the Shard. The Shard is the heart of a ship. It spins to keep you stable, and it also has to have water to keep it cool and keep pirates respawning. You'll see there'll be a lot of mechanical components in the belly of the ship as well as up top. They are, of course, wind punk, so it is wind driven. There will be some fiery stations as well, just in case the ship does need to have a little extra power, a little extra something going on. And there will be puzzles that will assist with that. That'll help the ship run, much like the bilge. There will also be options for more decorative stuff. You can have crew quarter area, you can have all sorts of options for maybe a forward viewing station where you can have a great little tea party with your friends and look out over the clouds as you're sailing around. This, of course, looks way better in the wider screen of the 16 by 10, of course, but it'll be available to all. Well, that's all we have for right now. I wish you a good tankard of ale and clear skies, my friends. Cheers.